Good morning, traders. Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we jump onto the charts on this beautiful Friday, August 1st, NFP Friday, make sure you read what's on the screen as I adjust this mic and you guys probably hear some squeaks. Trading is risky. Most traders lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I certainly do not provide financial advice. I don't provide suggestions or recommendations of any kind. I'm just an idiot here yapping on YouTube for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research, make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content like Top 1 Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap, and others. While we are at it, what's going on, chat? I'm going to throw that code up on the screen right now. And before we even jump onto the chart, show you the deal that we have running from Top 1 Futures. 55% off. This is ending soon. This is off the instant funded accounts, the OG end of day trailing drawdown accounts. No intraday trailing drawdown, no minimum profitable days, no crazy ESS score. These are solid. I think the 50Ks are around the $250 mark, $259 with the current deal. Wild. Right into a funded account, no challenge, no activation fee. You guys want to check it out? Link is in the chat. Now, let's hop on to these damn charts, man. Markets are a bloodbath right now. We're finally starting to see a bit of a pullback here in this gnarly uptrend, right? I've been hopping on here telling you guys what we've been looking at. Really no big bearish bar, let alone any kind of bearish bar or any daily bar breaking below prior bar low. It's really just been a nice straight shot to the upside. Day over day for quite a while. We started to consolidate up there and get a couple breaks below, and now we really have some serious selling pressure. So we could look at how yesterday ended up. I made money long twice yesterday. Somehow, some way, made money long twice. But obviously, shorts really at any point would have been a solid play for you guys. To the downside here, overnight session selling off, right? We got a couple minutes till market open. We got through the 8:30 a.m. NFP. We have more news. I think it's manufacturing PMI coming up at 10 a.m. So really solid, big bullish bar, pushing the downside, coming into the top end of this consolidation where we've got a lot of volume traded here. We could drop down maybe to the 15-minute first because this is a lot of movement. This way we can just get a feel for what's going on here. If you take a look, let's zoom in a little bit. If you take a look at yesterday, pretty gnarly down day. We did have some bounces here, right? Big bounce here, big bounce here. Again, I caught two longs yesterday that paid pretty nicely, but really hitting the sell button yesterday would have been the play. Excuse me. We pushed to the upside a little bit overnight. Did not last long. Past midnight, NYSE, we sold off aggressively. Very, very small pop coming into, tried to hold it up off of this level here, coming into London Open, and then harsh selling into London Open, all the way back down around last week's low. Obviously, we've got yesterday's low all the way up here, so we are opening up for, unless we do something crazy in the next couple seconds, because we're about to open up right now for NYSE. We are opening up down below yesterday's low, checking, ready to check out this overnight low that we put in here about 7 a.m., right before 7 a.m. Eastern. Really gnarly day to the downside. So couple things, couple thoughts. We have 10 a.m. news coming up. That's number one. 30 minutes to some serious news. Let's go ahead and show you guys this. We are looking at NFP. Obviously, we got through that 8:30 a.m. Not a whole bunch of reaction. I mean, decently volatile, but we really didn't get carried in one direction or the other. I'm interested to see how this market opens up. But here's what we're looking at coming into 10 a.m. We want to be aware of that news that we do have on the board. So let's see. Quick sell-off right into the open, man. Yeah, this is going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be interesting. I'm definitely going to let the market open up. First 10 minutes here on ES, going to let that start to work itself out before we start looking for anything. I could see this just continuing to the downside. This looks really weak. Market looks like It's making its mind up that we, at least over the last couple of days, have really wanted a correction. We are all the way back down below 6,300 right now here in ES. So significant push to the downside. Very, very bloody market. Does this continue, or are we just going to pull back, right? You got everybody and their mother, like I was saying earlier this week, everybody and their mother calling for a top, right? That's it. Bull market's over. Like I see all the, all the memes and stuff. And they're serious, right? That's what they're looking at. Start selling, sell all your stocks, protect your, your investment brokerages and your Roth IRAs and all that. Usually, I've been around for, a few years. Usually when that happens, we're not done. We're not done with the bull market usually when that happens. Usually when that happens, the market rallies at least one more time, even if it is going to start selling off. That said, this is some really really heavy movement to the downside. So I'm going to be cautious trying to pick a bottom on this. I'm not going to sell a breakout. I'd like to see some market structure form, give us a way to structure risk. But here we go, putting lows of the day in right now, coming down to crack that overnight low level here on ES. Take a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ looking about the same, got really close to testing VWAP here, but then all the way back down, looking like we wanted to come through these lows. Take a look at YM for you guys. Whew. YM even uglier, way down on YM. So again, I'm going to stay unbiased for as long as I can. I'm going to wait to see this market start to open up and then look to frame some trading ideas. Got a little bit of a plan coming into the open, but for the most part, that plan is stay patient. I'm not looking to sell it right off the open, right? You had opportunity all day at any point. If your whole thesis is short, find your way in by hitting the sell button and throw in a stop loss, maybe way above, way above this area here, all the way up into the 50s, and look to run this bad boy short. So far, breaking out to the downside, opening up lower. Yeah, this could be pretty gnarly today. This could definitely be pretty gnarly today. I'm not looking to do anything crazy. I'm not looking to, try to make this a windfall Friday, do anything nuts through volatility, but wait for my setups to come. Look to take them without reservation or hesitation and let the market play out, whatever we need to do. But yeah, this is wild, guys. This is wild for sure. Market starts moving like this, it can get pretty damn wild. Honestly, it feels like a repeat of last summer. I don't know if you guys were trading exactly 1 year ago, but we had if I'm remembering this correctly, I didn't even look at the chart, but we had a gnarly sell-off coming into August. I might be tripping out on this one, but I remember heavy selling pressure coming into a couple of the summer months, specifically right at the beginning of the month. I'll have to go and check myself, but this feels like deja vu. It really does. Where we really aggressively sold off and approached that limit down in NQ. It was pretty wild. So, what's up, chat? Let's see what we got going on. Andrew, Apps, Jeremy, Wolf, what is going on? It's Don't F It Up Friday, guys. It is Don't F It Up Friday. Do what you can to not come into the weekend, with a blown accounts outside of you were supposed to blow your account, right? I would say do what you can to stick to your guns. Wait for your trade setups to come. If your levels don't get hit, if your tools aren't telling you to do one thing or the other, don't just FOMO in. The markets are moving, right? We got a lot of volatility. That can be an increase, and I was a classic for this. Classic for getting sucked into volatility, right? The market's moving, right? We got momentum. Oh, man, something big's about to happen. Yeah, something big's about to happen. That doesn't mean that you should be in the market, right? And instead of structuring risk and waiting patiently, I just jump in. I would jump in long or short because I didn't want to miss out, fear of missing out. I knew there was a lot of opportunity, but with that opportunity comes increased risk, right? And even more so, just you're not waiting patient. It can be painful sometimes to watch the market move without doing anything. That's your job. I don't know if you guys recognize that. Your job is to sit there until whatever your basic criteria for entry, whether you're 100% mechanical or 100% discretionary, but whatever it is that you need to tell you it's time to get into the market, you're supposed to sit and wait for that. Whether you take 100 trades a day, you're going to wait for that, or whether you take one trade a month, you're going to wait for that. Wait for that. If you're not waiting for that, you're trading in between those times. You're just gambling. You don't have an edge. You're just YOLOing, right? And that is going to end in losses if you do that for a long enough time with zero edge in the market. So it can be tough to do. It can be really tough to do when the market starts to move aggressively, right? Wait for your setup to come. So now that we got that rant out of the way, YOLO with Zach. Yeah, this is going down just Sunday afternoon. Yeah, listen, guys. I've watched the market for quite a long time, right? If you are a momentum-based trader and you like trading with the trend and the immediate direction of price movement, send it. This is your bread and butter. That's typically not my move here on ES. If you guys watch the way that I trade, I'm not selling into the low. Maybe in the past, not anymore. It's not how I'm trading this market. So there's no opportunity for me down here, right? I also note that these markets traditionally don't go in one way for a long period of time, right? Waiting for a good way to structure risk is key. You can certainly miss out on movements if you are just a set it and scale in and structure your risk on the way down type of trader. There's plenty of guys out there that do that. There's one that trades on YouTube that is badass at doing that. If that's not you, don't try to do that today. Don't just try to do that today. A lot of guys, and I know we're talking here. Wolf with the devil horn face thing. A lot of guys just get that FOMO, right? The market's gone down so much, they start smashing the sell button. Heavy sells. Okay, we're in. Market's going down. In. And they don't have a good way to structure risk. They don't really trust their stop loss. And they just end up getting cooked because the market has a tiny correction, pull back up before dumping, and they got cooked. So, caution, guys. Caution. Whatever your setup is, wait for that. If you have a different setup during different periods of volatility, wait for that. Don't just be YOLOing in for no reason. So, on that note, show you guys book map in a minute here, but we got a negative CVD, big surprise. It's not insane. Negative 4,500 right off the open. It's low. It's not absolutely insane. We got quite a bit of liquidity down below price. We really, really start to dry up after the 62.25s, nearly 75 points below price, right? We're trading 10 points off of 6,300. We got a nice heavy stack that came on the book at 937 just a couple minutes ago at 250. We're nice and thick. Again, I'm talking about order flow here, talking about the depth of market, current order book, whatever you want to call how you're viewing live liquidity in the market, looking at sell orders above price, resting buy orders down below price. We're thick through the 70s. Not too bad all the way down to that 250. I'm just looking for what a larger movement could be. And then we really dry up after 625. We've got some nice stacks of orders on the book all the way down to that 62.25. 62.25. That would be a very aggressive move to the downside, right? So I'll show you where these zones are coming from as we continue to sell off here. Show you where these zones are coming from, right? Levels of, not levels of liquidity, levels of structure, if this can ever reset, which it's not right now. Come on, Project X. There we go. Coming off of levels of structure, market structure, price action, and volume. If we continue to sell off all the way down here, this would be the level that I would say I would potentially look for a stupid aggressive buy. We would be insanely extended, and I would look for a bounce off of the 250s. I don't think I'm going to try it up here. I don't think I'm going to try it off the 275s. And again, I'm not going to jump into this short. I think you got plenty of reason to. If you have a way to structure risk, or you're just comfortable trying to get stop loss to break even and scalping momentum to the downside, we're selling off here, guys. Continuing lower. That's not my play. So I'm not going to pull up to the market today and do something that I don't do any other day and hope that I get lucky, right? I would have to do that every day. So days like today, big trend days, I'm gonna wait for levels to get hit and try the same style that I try day in and day out. But that often requires me today to just watch the market. I'm going to watch this thing sell off, hanging out here with you guys. And I've gotten plenty of comments in the past where the market moves. Oh, you yapped through the market talking. All you have to do is hit the sell button. Sure, absolutely, man. That's exactly what I'm going to do today, guys. If we continue to sell off with no pullback, I'm not in this. No trade for me. It does look like we want to continue lower, at least for now. Still a negative CVD, at least maybe down through the 70s. But I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look for potential bounce play around that 62.50. I am interested to see what happens off of the 70s today. I am very interested to see what happens off the 70s, 62.70s, because we really start to dry up, and that would be right into the middle of this zone that I have marked on my chart. So I'm interested to see what happens there. I'd really have to see some buyers start to step in. Something on Bookmap, to start to show me a jump in CVD, maybe that we're going to find some buyers there before I want to step in front of this. Yeah, gnarly selling pressure. Here we go. Before the 250s. So continuing lower right off the open, really aggressively selling off. Yeah, I think I'm going to watch this on the 15-minute. Stupid zoomed out, guys. I don't see a need to watch this on the one. Outside of just looking at price action. Yeah, interested to see what happens down here. If you start to dry up, we got about a 20-point gap where we don't have a huge stack of orders. But this looks like very aggressive to the downside, so I'm not looking along this right now. Waiting to see what happens, guys. Appreciate you hopping on. We got heavy movement out of the market today. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. We also have a 50K account to get given away later. We've got a straight to funded 50K from Top 1 Futures that we will run a giveaway for. No purchase necessary. You don't have to ask me when it is. We're going to run one today. I can tell you that if you're on the stream now. Later today, you'll know about it because I'll yap about some likes, smashing the like button, running that up, and form will go live in the chat. But for now, waiting to see what happens down here. Here we go through the 70s. Yeah, man, I'm not going to try this just yet. Through the 70s, I'm looking for the 6250s. Heavy selling pressure, guys. Continuing lower on this one, man. This is Yeah, this is looking like an ugly Friday. We're past 9:45. We got about 14 minutes into some red folder news. That could be interesting to take a look at. But so far, markets are continuing this drive lower that we saw from yesterday into the overnight session. Yeah, man, I'm interested to see what happens if we get down to this next zone that I got marked, the top end of it. I could potentially look for a buy, but this is pretty volatile today, and my 10-point stop here on ES is really not going to help me too much. I'm probably going to go a little bit wider, run something like a 20-point stop, and look for a larger movement out of this, or technically not a larger movement today relative to the volatility, but this is going to be pretty dicey here trading a mini. Manage risk, people. Me, I'm diving head first. YOLO. Do your thing, guys. Again, for the most part, I don't see it work out well, right? Today on socials, you're going to see a lot of green, a lot of big. Here's what my prediction: a lot of huge green P&Ls, massive days, and then a lot of quiet people, right? That blue accounts trying to go for the really big green P&L, right? We get stuff like this, really quick 10-point bounces off of lows. Thursday, NQ was at 24,850, and Dow was at 45,300 something on Monday. NQ dropped 1,000 points in 2 days. Dow 1,700 points. Yeah, this is a serious sell-off. Found a way to structure risk with 3 micros. Took my 65 points and hopped out. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, guys, I'm watching this 250 level. I'm not really not looking to jump into this either way. If you missed my my intro here, I'm not a sell off the bottom breakout trader. That's not my play. I'm not a momentum into momentum style trader here on ES, and I don't throw everything out the window once the market starts moving and start doing something completely different, right? I don't think that will help you apply a lot of consistency and be able to come to the market day in and day out and do something similar where maybe you can grab some consistent results. If that's you and you've got a different playbook for a day like today, send it. I think you have maybe you have what you need. But for me, I'm going to look to trade this the same way that I've been trading it, which is going to be looking at a key level to get hit down below right now, 6250s. I want to see the 358 on the book get taken there. I would run a stop loss down below all the way to like 35 or something like that. Almost 30, 20-point stop loss. To look for something out of this. We do have 10 minutes to red folder news, guys. I'll show you this again just so we're on the same page. We got ISM manufacturing PMI, revised consumer sentiment. This could continue this drive lower. We could get a kick out of the market here with some buyers stepping in if this comes in really positive. So important to note, we do have that coming up in about 10 minutes. Let's see what we got, chat. Let's see what the market's got for us today. As always, appreciate you guys hopping on. Thanks for being here. Always awesome to have you guys on. Whoops, don't want to do that. Like I said earlier, let me get the graphic up. We have... We got giveaways later today. Where the hell is my graphic? We've got multiple 50K accounts to get given away live on stream here. We have one today. Straight to fund to 50K later today. See if we can't get some trading in first. But we got one of those bad boys to get given away on stream. No purchase necessary. If you're new, I run these every dang week. You just got to be hanging out live on stream with me. Again, no purchase necessary. We pick a random day, random time. Form drops in the chat. Everybody gets a shot to get it filled out and give you guys about 10 minutes or so. And somebody gets funded live on stream here. Now, back to the markets. How to enter the giveaway? Just be live on stream. Yep. Be hanging out on stream and form will drop in the chat. I'll let you guys know about it. You fill out a form, you got a chance to win. We pick someone randomly here. Nowadays, just looks matte. All red folder becomes no folder. Yeah. Yep. I note that for sure. Let's go. What's up, Z? Reminiscing the old days where NFP candles were about 100 to 200 points in the NQ, just like that. Yeah. No, these red folder news, we were talking about it in talking about it here and in the Discord. These red folder news events really haven't generated like what we've really expected out of the market in the past. They just really haven't done too much. So I definitely recognize that. So starting to find a little bit of buyers here off the 60s. Starting to find a little bit of buyers off the 60s. I think we come through the 50s, maybe to the 45s. I think we come down here really aggressively, guys. And I'm gonna look to be probably the only absolute sociopath looking long on this thing today, outside of everybody that's getting cooked on it. But that's gonna be my play. That's gonna be my play. Wait for a level to get hit. Wait for liquidity to get taken. Wait for some buyers to show up potentially and try to find a way in. Would like to get through the next 5 minutes where we got some red folder news coming before I potentially look for something like that. But I'd look for at least some form of a pullback, some sense of a pullback. Don't have to get that. This is definitely another day where I get my face ripped off, but we're going to wait and see if we can't get a level hit. Let's see what the market's got for me today, chat. So yeah, trying to find some buyers here. I don't think we're done yet. I don't think we're done selling off yet. I don't know that this is going to be a low. I think we got another maybe 15 to 20 point crack lower, but we're trying it here. Definitely got some buy volume coming in. CVDs, erased 1500. We are climbing a little bit here off these 60s. Maybe we don't want to go grab those 250s. Just want to sniff it and then come back up. Let's see. Let's see. Got buyers stepping in off the 60s here, trading 62, 65. Again, I don't think that's going to be it. It can be. 70s was an interesting spot on Bookmap. I'd be surprised if we didn't grab these 250s here, but let's see. Yeah, NQ traded all the way down into like the 22,000 860s, 850s maybe? No, 860s. Wow, man. Gnarly move out of the market. So here we are, 10, 11 points off the low so far. We got about 3 minutes to some red folder news. 3 minutes to red folder news, guys. Hasn't been too much craziness off a red folder, like Wolf was saying in the chat. But it is worth noting when we have what is called high-impact financial news. So I would be cautious if you are running a trade into this, short, long, whatever you're doing. We run the risk of some increased volatility coming up here in about 2.5 minutes. So obviously I'm not in a trade. I'm going to wait to see what happens on this one. We crack lower. Again, guys, I'm going to be the psychopath and look to long this because that's my approach. That's my strategy, right? It's the same thing day in and day out. I'm counter to the immediate trend. I don't love to be counter to the higher time frame trend where we're really selling off day over day. But I'm sticking to my guns. Let's see. Turning back down a little bit here. Trading back down towards the 60s. About 2 minutes to this red folder news. I'd love if I don't get my level hit right during red folder news. Oh man, we got some big orders getting moved around on Bookmap, guys. Over 1,000 on the book, right below price at 62.60. 1,113. That's one of the largest stacks of orders I've seen on Bookmap in a long period of time. Yeah. I don't know if you guys are watching the Dom, but 5 points below price right now. We got 1,118 on the book. That's heavy. Right, something came on right above price. It was looking like 500 or something getting filled, but we got a lot. We got a lot going on here, so this could get dicey. Really, not a lot of this liquidity drying up right before news either. Usually, you see you see Bookmap start to get dark. You start to see liquidity get pulled. We're really not seeing that right now. Wow, man. I'm interested to see what happens. We're coming right into it right now. Wow, over 1,000 on the book. Here we go, guys. Less than 60 seconds to some red folder news. We gonna trade through this? A ton of buyers holding this right here at the 60s. That's what this looks like to me. Massive stack that looks like we are trying to come through. We got to zoom in on this. Oh, come on, Bookmap. Don't lag out on me here. There we go. Filled quite a bit to the downside. Selling off through those orders. Let's see what happens around the 62.50s. More buyers stepping in right underneath price, almost right at price. If you guys are watching this on the Dom, this is pretty wild looking. I'll have to throw Bookmap up, but I'm looking for an entry here, so I want to... yeah, Colby saw it. Yeah, 1120 at 60. Crazy. Over 1,500 now. Yep. Wow, man. Yep. ES selling off. NASDAQ selling off all the way through on news. Here we go. Coming into these 50s. This is going to be dicey, guys. This is going to be real dicey. I'm going to wait to see if we push through towards the 47s where we got a little bit more.
Order filled.
I'm trying it from down here, guys. Call me crazy. This is going to be my one shot for today. $1,000 of risk on the line. I am long from 49 3/4. This is me looking to catch this move off of the 50s, but we are still aggressively selling. It's my only play for today. I am not going to sell into this. It's not my strategy. It's not my approach. I'm going to put my $1,000 worth of risk on the line for these and see if we can't catch some movement out of this zone. I had this marked on my chart really through the last couple of days, the low end of all this price action, market structure, and volume. I got my stop loss on the other side of that, 62.29.5. I'm going to leave it right there. It would be a full-size loss for me. Oh, I don't want to be, excuse me. I'm going to go to 63.30 even with that stop loss, 987.5. $987.50, excuse me. But that's going to be my play for today. 20-point stop loss, wider than I usually am. Not as far as risk goes. I'm okay taking two $500 stop outs, but if I'm going to trade a mini here, I have to widen up to account for this volatility. So it's going to be a one-and-done stop out getting long, or I catch a nice bounce out of this bad boy. Traded through the 45s. Let's see. Again, continuing to sell off, but I'm taking a buy right off of my level. Waited for this to get hit patiently all morning. I'm not going to get a buy below this level, and I'm not going to sell into it. So this is my only opportunity. Opportunity number 2 is to just sit on the sidelines and maybe not take $1,000 loss. But I've got these accounts all the way back up to a comfortable level. This 7-pack of straight to funded Sim Pro. So I'm going to be the only idiot on YouTube buying today. That's going to be my play. Let's see what we got, chat. Remember, not financial advice, not a suggestion or recommendation to do anything, for entertainment purposes only, as always. But this is a wild ride, guys, for sure. Let's see what the market's got for me today, chat. Let's see. Let's see. You know, again, guys, like on a day like today, you know, it is, and I'll talk about this stuff as I'm sitting in this trade. It's tough to take this trade, right? It's tough to put yourself in a position where the easy trade looks like just hitting the sell button, right? Like all you got to do is just hit the sell. We're going down so much, right? And that's not at all how I trade day in and day out, right? If you guys watch my streams, you know that. So this is a tough one, but I had 2 zones marked on my chart. If you go back to the beginning of the video, the 250s was the low end. I waited for that to get hit and to start to get a little bit of a pause. Here we go with not a... Ooh, we got some volatility to the upside on this one, guys. Here we go with the largest pullback so far out of the session off of this zone. 18 3/4 points off the low on that wick. Now, that was dicey. That was really dicey. Showed me a little over $500 of profit. This could, I don't know what that is, but this could go either way. Again, we are a new month. We got tariff deadlines going on. This is a wild day to be trading. I will acknowledge that up front. This could be an immediate face ripper through my stop loss with slippage. I want to note that on the front end. But I'm hanging on to this for right now. We're getting a decent bounce out of this area. Let's see what we could do. Not going to look for anything too crazy. Ooh, volatility coming in. Man, to the back and forth on this one. I'm not going stop loss to break even. If I talk to, if you guys, if you guys watch me trade, you watch the past stuff that I've done this last week, talked about adjusting that, not going stop loss to break even, clipping trades before they show me, maybe even close to a 1-to-1 R. Some volatility around this level though, guys. That was looking really nice to the upside, but this looks like we got a little bit of a decision-making point going on here. A lot of volatility, quite a bit of volume being traded back and forth off this level. This could come through really aggressively to the downside. We did get a nice bounce out of that level. Really nice, dead set out of this zone. I can't be mad with taking my buy here. Not going to be mad at all taking an L on this one if I have to. We sold off right off the open. If I just do some measured moves, we got a 9-point pullback right there. We had a 9.25 point pullback right there. We had a 10.75 point pullback right there. Off this low, pullback 18.5 points. Off my entry, over 12 points. So I ain't mad at this one at all, guys. If I got to take a stop loss because, you know, whatever, the market's just not going to agree with me, we're not indeed going to get some momentum out of this area, that's fine. But I'm looking to hold up towards the 70, 75. So I'd like a crack back up above this level, pick up some liquidity outside of this zone. I don't think that would be too bad for a W on this one. Don't think that would be too bad, but going to let it breathe. For better or for worse. Unless I see something crazy happening on Bookmap, something that's really giving me an indication that I need to manage this one differently. Yeah, 60's got liquidity. Heavy turn back down. Growing CVD. We got buying volume out of this area, man. I don't know if we're going to see it, but 6240s. 6240's got some liquidity. 169, but there's not too much more down there. Unless we have to come all the way through to like the 6225s, which we might have to. But still a growing CVD. At the low end of this cumulative volume delta, we were at negative 8,500. We are all the way back up to negative 5,500. So we've got some growing buy volume coming out of this area. Obviously, right? We had a nice pop. Back to break even. We'll see if we get any follow through on this one. But like I said, guys, I'm going to take my trades as they come. I'm going to manage them as I see fit. On another day, I grab profit right here, and this one runs to the upside. Today, maybe I don't grab profit. I don't go stop loss to break even, and this rips my face off. That's just going to come down to trade management. For me, on an entry with this, very happy. Very happy. Even taking a full stop, this is going to be, I did what I was supposed to do today. 100%. Only thing now that's left is for me to watch this thing come into profit or all the way to a stop loss. And I'm going to be looking for, I'm going to be looking for the 70s on this. I think that would be pretty sweet. Look to grab profit, cracking past the 70s. Overfit. Yeah, we were talking about that. Surf the wave or just went back. How's the Sim Pro? Not bad, man. Not bad. Not as good as I'd like, but we're gonna see after today. They might be a little bit better, rich boy trades. We're gonna see if I get $1,000 W or $1,000 L, and then we're gonna know. Are these levels just based off Bookmap? No. Zach, your nuts are made of titanium, but I like the long. I like that wick. I'm with you. Yeah, that's funny. I'm going to watch this right now, but Joe Nolan, these levels, this gray area is not based off of Bookmap. This is based off of market structure, price action, and volume. Very, very simple. I'm going to show you exactly where that comes from. After we watch this, maybe we catch this W. Come on, ES, do it for the boys. Everybody get out and push ES to the upside. Ugh. Let's see if we can grab the 70s. I need 10 points more out of this bad boy. I want to see a nice crack. Yeah, growing CVD all the way back down to negative 3,500. We got liquidity up through the 70s, 75s. This don't look too bad, chat. This don't look too bad, chat. I'm going to look to join ask out of this one. If we get a little bit more of a crack to the upside, can we go check out these 70s? Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. Yeah, I'll run a... I'm not going to hold to this, guys, but just in case we crack up there really aggressively. 65's coming up to this high. Where's 70? Yeah, I'm gonna throw this on here just in case we get a quick crack up. That's gonna be enough for me. At this point, If I'm going to look for it out here, we are this close to take profit. I'm gonna have to look to clip this if it comes back down on me. But I'm not gonna go stop loss to break even yet. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna do this. We might get a crack out of this market. What's the top end of this liquidity? Hang on, guys. Just moving to take profit around. If you guys know, I don't run a fixed take profit. 73, 62, 73, 75. If we crack to the upside, that looks like the last bit of liquidity that we would come through. I'm going to look to take this off into the 70s, guys. I'm not going to hold all the way up here, but just in case we get a lot of volatility to the upside, I wouldn't mind being out up here. I got to wait. I got to wait for my level to get hit. I'm looking for a specific area. We got close here. I'm going to let this come all the way back down on me if I have to. Talking about trade management, talking about what works for me. This will be a painful one to watch if I have to, but I'm holding my trades. Holding my trades towards my take profit level, the area that I've identified on my chart, or taking the L on the chin, one or the other, right? That's the play. Let's see. Close to those 70s.
Order filled.
Whoa.
Order filled.
Whoa. We're out, boys. 1241 across 7 accounts. We got a W in the chat. Fat fingered that one. I don't know if you guys caught that. You can rewind. So, I'm watching Bookmap over on the right-hand side. I actually generated an extra, like, $50 on that one, which I shouldn't have. That was almost bad. I actually fat fingered that one. I was getting ready to hit join ask to get myself out with a limit order. If you don't know what join ask and join bid is, you join with whatever amount that you have on there with a limit order. As we cracked to the upside, I was looking to the 70s. As soon as we started to come into the 70s, I didn't know that take profit got hit. I hit join ask really quickly. There was a little bit of a delay and actually got into a sell and then closed out really quickly. But we got a W, chat. We got a W taken along here on the big sell-off. I gotta say, guys, that one was really tough to take. That one was really, really tough to take. And if I was just trading based on discretion and intuition and not applying some consistency to my trading, I'm getting short. I'm just shorting this down here, right? We're selling off. Like, why? Why are we getting long? But because I've done that too many times in the past, I know I have to come to the market and wait patiently for my setup to come, which I did today. And I don't know which trade is going to be a winner or a loser. And when the setup comes, I got to put it on. And when I'm putting the long on here, honestly, guys, at 62, 49 and a half, whatever that was, I'm looking at it really and going, man, this might be a really quick stop loss. This is going to be tough. I got to run a wide stop. I got to run $1,000 worth of risk. You know, I don't really want to take this one. Like, it's not some crazy high conviction, but the setup is there. The setup is A++, but how I feel about it, you know, again, really doesn't matter. So that was a tough one. That was a tough one to take today. Again, I'm not a genius. I'm not the best trader in the world. And on another day, that rips my face off, okay? Just like on any other day, I might take a win or a loss. So, you know, I like to always kind of grain of salt what you see me do on here. Same thing with losses, right? But we got the trade. That was a nice exit. I think we might see some buyers continue on this one today, all the way back up to VWAP. That's more than enough for me. We are looking at $8,600, almost $8,700 in profit across these 7 accounts. We got one W on the trade. No, 7 HAO. We just got out of a long. Go back and take a look. We caught the long off the lows here. So let's go back on this, guys. Let's go back on this. I appreciate you guys in the chat. And I'm out. Shout out Zach. Got it. W. Nice trade. W. Zach. Good discipline. Congrats, Bookmap is legit. Did you catch the short? No, we caught the longs today, boys. Same thing like yesterday. I caught 2 longs yesterday. The live account and the prop accounts. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. That one was fun. That one was fun. So let's check this out. We had somebody ask a question. I want to review this trade, right? Why did you get into a long? Why, right? Why would you take a long, Zach? You know, what the hell is the strategy? What's the approach here? It's the same thing, the same boring thing, day in and day out. Go back and look at what I've done, let's say over the last, I don't know, 30 or 40 trading days, right? Of live sessions that I have, hours and hours. The last few weeks you could just watch if you wanted to. The same crap, day in and day out. I'm looking for a reversion back towards an area of high volume, key levels, VWAP on ES. What does that look like? Typically, I'm going to be buying as we come down, as we sell off into a potential area of interest on my chart. You can call it a support or resistance level, an order block, a supply-demand zone, or we are pushing to the upside into a resistance level, right? This is all the sauce for you guys. I combine that with Bookmap. Bookmap is an order flow tool that gives you liquidity, live liquidity. I use that as added confluence, which is, I don't love that term that people use, but an added tool to identify, again, areas of interest on my chart. So let's break this down. And somebody said, you're confusing. So if I'm confusing on this, guys, if this is not stupidly simple, please let me know, because this is like extremely basic the way that I approach this. If you need me to clarify, please slow me down. I'm more than happy to. But this is I think a good example today. Where did this level come from? Somebody said, did these levels just come from Bookmap, right? No. Here's where my two zones, let's start from the beginning. I'm sorry. I'll give you my whole chart. There's three indicators on the chart. VWAP, visible range volume profile, and traditional volume down on the bottom. Volume weighted average price is what VWAP is. Visible range volume profile is exactly what it describes. It's a horizontal display of volume based on the visible range of price action market structure. Traditional volume down on the bottom is exactly what it shows. It's a vertical display of volume based on each individual candlestick. Okay? Where do I draw my levels and zones from? This is going to be the whole thing, start to finish. I have three sets of levels on this chart. Objective. You can mark these the exact same way every single day that I do. They are the most common levels. Nothing on my chart is proprietary or special to me. This is the most common shit that you see almost everybody use. Excuse my language. This is very common stuff. Again, so no credit. Prior day high, coming off of the daily candle high and low, the wick. Overnight high and low, aka Asia and London, high and low, aka exactly how you would mark this, from session changeover up until 9:29 a.m. Eastern. The area that price trades overnight for Asia and London and pre-market, all the way up until 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Last but not least, prior week high and low. I've been paying more attention to that because it seems to be a key level. Coming off of the weekly candle, okay? Here's where my discretionary zones come from. Two main things that I'm looking at on this chart when I mark these discretionary levels, right? So we got three sets of objective, meaning market generated objective, not my opinion where prior day high and low is. Prior day high is 64, 68, 50 on your chart and my chart if you're trading on the current month ES contract. The zones are discretionary, meaning it's my subjective interpretation of the tools that I use. You will never be able to find them exactly the same as me because you're not me, but you can get pretty damn close by the way that I'm about to explain it right here and define them. I'm looking for price action and market structure, tops and bottoms, areas that we have found lows and then have impulsive moves off of, areas that we found highs and had impulsive move off of, and I'm combining that and almost paying even more attention these days for simplicity with visible range volume profile and looking for high volume nodes. Big high volume node right here, big high volume node right here, right? Take a look at where this area of interest went from. You can call it a supply, demand, support, block, order block, whatever you want. I don't care. Area of interest. This can be a line, a ray. They're not magic. They're just a discretionary area of interest, right? Right here off of this high volume area and these lows. We had a low put in here on July 16th. That's been the last low before we ripped all the way through all-time highs. That's what we came down and challenged and found buyers off of. Right here, we had a lot of consolidation. That's giving us, a high volume node right here, right? Nice wide zone, no problem. Also, something I take into consideration is key psychological numbers, big round psychological numbers, right? The 6250s was a key round psychological number, right? Even hundreds and 50 levels, even 25s on ES, you could draw zones directly off of those if you wanted to, right? Last but not least, giving you the full deal, right? So that's my chart. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for one of these areas to be hit and then potential longs or short based on what happens when we get there. What happens when we get there. And the other thing that I'm looking at outside of just this candlestick chart is my favorite order flow tool, Bookmap. Let's take a look at that together real quick. And then you guys have my entire thought process, strategy, approach, start to finish, right? And again, I'll grain of salt this, guys. I'm not the best trader. I don't have it all figured out. None of this stuff is magic. It doesn't work for me every day. I'm not where I would like to be trading. I'm just giving you the context of what happened today, why I did what I did, the tools I used to make that decision, okay? So important to note that, right? I'm a regular idiot on YouTube. I would love to be where a whole bunch of other traders are, well ahead of me. So you can grain of salt this when I get hyped up and talk about this. Here's the level, right? Okay, so we go back. Here was my entry, 64.49.5, somewhere right over here, right? Why? Why was the entry there? We looked at the candlestick chart, right? We looked at the discretionary area of interest coming off of price action, market structure, volume. Lining up with that today to the downside, lining up with that today, right? We're selling off, we're selling off, we're selling off. Take a look at this, guys. This was 357 on the book. I said it 37 times. 357 on the book down here. We saw some crazy stuff going on up here. I can go back and find that 1,500 on the book. That was gnarly for a little bit. But down below price, where was the last big level of liquidity before we started to dry up, right? Till we got all the way down. We started to get the 40s that came on. But before we started to dry up, right? Where would be a far extended price that also lines up with my discretionary level where I'm already want to look for a buy, right? 62.50, real simple. Came on the book right after the open, stayed there all damn day. I was looking for that right here, right? Stop loss nice and wide, got in as we filled. And if you see what happened, even on the candlestick chart, even on the price chart here, we started to grab some push to the upside here, just a little bit. Does this always happen? Does this always hold? Is this always the low? No, absolutely not. Sometimes we do what we did all the way down, right? We just fill this and rip to the downside, but these are resting buy orders sitting in the market. We filled that, cracked it, traded all the way down to the near the 44s, 43s, right? My stop loss was well down below here. What did I have it at? 62.30. Gave room for these 40s to fill. We found buyers out of this area. Along with that, what was nice coming out of this zone? A nice rising cumulative volume delta, right? We started to crack all the way back up. I've been paying more and more attention to CVD, the difference between buy and sell volume based on wherever you're anchoring, anchoring to. That looked ugly as we cracked all the way down there, but as we started to come right out of this area, very nice jump back up. Very nice jump back up. So that's my combination. Again, if you don't know what this is at all that we're looking at, this is Bookmap. It's an order flow tool. You don't have to use Bookmap. Bookmap is nothing special. This is level 2 data right here. This is what is called the order book by Bookmap. This is the same info that you would get on a DOM. Resting. Am I not sharing this? Oh, damn it. Sorry, guys. I looked over at my second screen. Sorry, guys. Back up. I won't bore you, but here we go. This is what we're looking at. Sorry, guys. I'll come back. We're selling off. This is Bookmap, my favorite order flow tool. We got price levels, quantity of orders on the book. You can get this order, same stuff from a depth of market. 62.50s. Sorry, guys, to do that whole spiel without having Bookmap shared. 62.50s. Lining up with price action, market structure, and volume from my traditional candlestick chart. Here we go. Waiting for this. Waited till we got right here. We saw a little bit of buyer step in. We came below it, right? We did have the 40s. My stop loss was 10 points below even this level right here. We found buyers. CVD started to pop back up as we found some buyers here, looking very nice coming off the lows. And what did we do? We got a nice climb all the way, continuing to climb to the upside here. Not looking too bad. Trading the 77s would be even in more profit if I held on to this bad boy. Growing CVD on this. This looks pretty solid to the upside. Here we go. Trading out the 6280s. Buy volume picking up all the way back in, right? So if you guys got questions on Bookmap, feel free to let me know. I'm partnered. I'm affiliated with Top 1 Futures and Bookmap. I can't be unbiased, but let me tell you something. In my, humble, honest opinion, I was using Bookmap before I was partnered with them, and I'd be using Bookmap well after I would be partnered with them. If I don't have Bookmap, I really don't want to trade. That's how integral it's become in my trading these days. So much so that if I am ever on the road and I can't look at Bookmap from my desktop, I'm either asking somebody else for a screenshot of a Bookmap chart that I know uses it, or I'm trying to get it off YouTube. That's how much I want to utilize Bookmap. That's the link to Bookmap. You can get the best discount if you want it. It is a paid software. Whether you are going to use Bookmap or just a traditional depth of market, you're going to pay for level 2 data. Bookmap is a separate subscription for Bookmap itself, and then a subscription for level 2 data. If you guys have questions on anything I just said, start to finish, go ahead and ask in the chat, please. Again, I love to grain of salt this stuff, guys. This was a nice W today, right? A nice green day, larger than anything over the last couple weeks, right? Nice $1,250 across 7 accounts, times 7 accounts, $8,700 across 7 accounts. I don't have it all figured out, right? I'm not as far along as I'd like to be. I'm trading these straight to sim funded pro accounts with an intraday trailing drawdown and an ESS score. I haven't dealt with that before at all. So this is me being a hamster with you guys, a gerbil, right? And figuring it out. I'm the space monkey. We're going to watch these things grow or blow. I make mistakes on here. Again, I definitely do not have it all figured out. So nothing I say or do here is financial advice, a suggestion, or recommendation to do anything. I'm talking in the context of here's what I'm doing right now. Here's what I find may work for me today, right? That's all. I think it's important to say that up front, right? Because you hop on other people's streams, you listen to other people on social media talk, and it's really egregious, right? I got it all figured out. I'm the best. Everybody else is the worst. Here's exactly what to do. This is financial advice, and I'm never going to be that, okay? Never going to be that. So that's important. But somebody, Rich Boy Trades somebody asked, how are these straight to funded accounts going, right? I was talking about this yesterday. I think it'd be helpful. Something for me personally, right? And I actually did a podcast yesterday behind the charts. It's going to be cool. And I talked about it yesterday, right? How my month went. When I came, this is trade management, right? And just finding something that's not working, right? So today I just went over stuff that was working, right? Here's something that was not working. And you can go back and see it in the live sessions and in my trading. This is my first set of these accounts, these straight to sim funded pro accounts that have an intraday trailing drawdown, right? What that means is drawdown trails up with you into profit unrealized while you're trading, right? So in order to try to adjust to that, I moved to dragging stop loss into profit, not only in the kind of systematic way that I was doing it, but really aggressively, meaning I would have been stopped out probably for $100 on that trade if I had done what I was doing in the past, right? And it was working pretty well for a while. What was that generating? What you would expect, a really high win rate, like a very high win rate, but eventually a very negative risk to reward, where if I was risking $500, for example, per trade, I was constantly dragging stop into profit and getting stopped out for $100, $200, $300. If the trade went against me and just blew through whatever zone I'm looking to buy into or sell into, I was taking a $500 L, right? I didn't change anything right off the bat, but I watched that play out for a number of weeks, and I'm generating a negative expectancy, right? I'm losing money. My P&L curve is sloping down. I take a look at all of the trades, and I say, okay, what if I didn't do that? How about if I manage these differently? What would my P&L look like? What would the intraday trailing drawdown look like? What would these trades have looked like if I held towards, a reasonable level on the chart? It's not always the same spot. It's not a one-to-one. It's not fixed like you guys saw me manage that trade. But what if I didn't go stop loss to break even or into profit really quickly? I looked back. wow, all of this would have worked out way better. I probably would have been, all the way into 10K profit on these already. Okay? You start to adjust, right? Very slowly. The trading system's the same. The approach is the same. The tools is all the same. I'm changing a small part of it, which is not a small part, but I'm changing trade management, right? I adjust that trade management. What happens? Right back out of drawdown, right? Dug these right back out of drawdown and now into profit, especially after today. So, that's how kind of the iterative process that I try to go through to continue to improve, right? And again, this is me showing you I don't have it all figured out, especially, like let me be really clear, especially not with intraday trailing drawdown accounts. This is my round one. This is my first account of trading an intraday trailing drawdown, right? Been trading for quite a while. I think I got some juice, right? I've made it to payouts, profitable, live accounts, all that, fun stuff. Great, right? Not as much as I'd like or where I'd like to be, but certainly like to caution and say, okay, I'm coming into doing something very new. And this is how I talk to myself. Let me lower my expectations. Let me really review what's going on. Let me look with a fine-tooth comb and not get ahead of myself because I maybe did well over here that I'm going to have it all figured out over here with different rule set in a different prop firm, right? Different set of accounts. So that's the adjustment that I've made. It's worked decently well so far for me, my approach, my style of trading. That's not the last adjustment that I'm going to have to make, right? I have to go back through with a fine-tooth comb, look at a large sample size of trades and say, hey, wow, Zach, maybe that's great. You've increased, your risk to reward. Your win rate is staying modest, but hey, you're still clipping every single one of these early. This trade right now is what did I have it at? 73, 75? Yeah, almost 10 points past my take profit. What does every trade look like after I close out? Do they run another 10 or 20 points, 80% of the time? And maybe only 20% of the time they come all the way back down to stop me out? Maybe I got to hold them even longer, right? Maybe the opposite is true. Maybe I'm holding them too long and I say, hey, past roughly, 10 to 15 points, or maybe it's a R multiple that I look at, these are coming back on me. You're being too greedy, 7 out of 10 come all the way back to stop you out after showing you a lot of profit, right? This is all trade management focused. Same thing when it comes to entries. Hey, every time you enter, price dips 10 more points, and then you get the nice bounce. Take a look at the, another zone, another area, these types of things. And you do that over a large enough sample size, not 5 trades, 6 trades, 20, 30 trades, right? A whole month of sample or more. So that's my rant, guys. My trying to give you everything that I have here, right? Why I do what I did today, how it worked out, all that fun stuff. So that's the deal. At what point do they decide that you blew that account? Like, what makes them take it away from you? A max loss limit. You have a max loss limit on a prop firm account. Royal Freshness. There is a max loss limit for every prop firm account, and if you hit that max loss limit, you would lose the account. Just wonder why you didn't take a short today. We trade about the same strat. If you're asking me, there wasn't a short play for me. There really wasn't a short play since market open. There was no retest of a level above price that gave me an aggressive way to structure risk. There was definitely no short entry. We sold off right off the open. So, and again, said that from the beginning. My job is to wait and watch the market move. And if we just kept selling off, or if we turned before the, this area, probably no trade for me. I did pass the first giveaway account payout eligible. Let's go. Round of applause. Congrats for Z, man. Z won a giveaway earlier this week and is payout eligible. Let's go, dude. You got to send me that in Discord. Send me something in Discord when you take the payout. Cause I gotta hype that one up. I'll post about it. That's awesome. I was hoping that somebody would make it to a payout from one of these accounts. I think Z might be the first. That is awesome. Z has won twice now. He won the other one earlier this week, but he won one way earlier, and that is. I hope I'm not calling you the wrong name or something. But yeah, awesome. If you were a girl, congrats, girl. But I think you're a dude, so congrats, bro. That's awesome. Hell yeah, congratulations. Top Step got no rules. They just changed the $200 day to $150 a day. Yes, I did see Top Step change the $200 minimum profitable days for 5 days to 150, which is in the favor of the trader. I wouldn't say they have no rules though. I got into the trade when is the run through the pre-market low. Overall is down trend. Retest the low, and I'm short. That's my setup. Yeah, nice. Hell yeah. That was a nice play. Definitely. If you are a break and retest with trend to the outside, absolutely. This is a beautiful setup. So I think this is what you're describing, 7 how 11 essentially. Trend is to the downside for pre-market, and you look for a break and retest and then a continuation, and you look for a continuation trade. Very nice. I think that could work. Again, it's not my play. It's not my setup, right? So very nice. Rich Boy Trades, Money Reaper. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, awesome. And on that note, guys, now we got a W. We're sitting in profit. Talking about, oh, you're a lady. Okay, there we go. See, that's why I asked. Z, congratulations, girl. well done. I asked. I'm sorry. See, I always try to ask. I think you guys know what time it is. We have a giveaway today. Where is it? Go ahead and run the likes up. We're going to run a giveaway. I'm not going to make you guys hang out on here all day. Run the likes up. Let's take a look at what we got. We got people all over the place. We got like 30 some odd on YouTube. We're going to run the likes up. Let's see what we get. We are going to run this up to, let's see. Damn, yeah, we got a bunch of people all over the place. Let's say 40 likes. I think you guys could run it up to 40 likes. We'll make it easy. I know we don't have that many people on there, but we can hit that. Go ahead, run 40 likes up, guys. If you like on X, if you like on Kick, if you like anywhere else, I will count it. Go ahead and smash the like button. We will do an account giveaway, a 50K account giveaway at 40 likes total across streams. If you guys don't know, I stream on YouTube, Kick, and X. I'm really not active at all outside of just sending the stream there. I'm going to be doing more on Kick because I think it's a cool platform. No ads, very low latency. I think it's the lowest latency out of all of them. Free to be able to watch and hang out. Bunch of cool features on there, so keep an eye out. I'm going to be doing more with Kick. It's Real Deal Zach. Kick.com is the site if you want to check it out. Link is everywhere for that one. Let's see. Let's see. I'm looking at Z's stats in Discord. If you guys are not in the free Discord here, I'm gonna throw it in there just so you guys know. This is why we do it, man. This makes me way happier than honestly than winning a trade. I mean that. This is awesome, guys and girls. Here's the 100% free Discord. Not a VIP feeder program. I don't have a course that I try to sell you. None of that stuff. I do it all free. If you want to hop in there, Z just posted the stats from the giveaway account, the 50K straight to funded giveaway account that she won. She ran the account up $4,578 in profit, hit the 11 trading days. Beautiful. Met the equity stability score under the 20% and is payout eligible. Going to be taking $2,500 in cash. I think there's a 90-10 profit split, so you're going to be $2,250 better off today. Awesome. That is the good stuff. Congratulations, for real. Congratulations. That is so awesome. And to take it seriously, right? Not just YOLO some account that you won and work yourself all the way to a payout. That's sick. So awesome. I love to see it. Looks like insanely consistent trading. Beautiful. You obviously had a daily loss limit and an upper profit target in mind so you can meet the ESS score. You did the math on the front end. Very limited amount of trades. Looks like you're averaging, for the most part, 2 to 3 trades. There's a couple heavy days in there, but awesome. Awesome. Well done. Honestly, that makes me happier today than anything else as far as trading goes. If you guys hopped on late, Z won an account and posted in Discord, ran the account up, and is taking $2,500 out of the account. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. And while we're hanging out waiting, guys, we got another account that we're getting ready to get given away. A straight to funded 50K from Top 1 Futures. Smash the like button. Let's see if we can't get 40 likes up on the board, and we will do this one. Form will drop in the chat. If you hopped on late and missed it, we caught the longs. We bought 49.50, and by we I mean me. Bought 49.50. We made it 38.5 points off those lows. Traded significantly past my take profit, which was right in here somewhere, 73.75. I think I was right in here. I caught that little wick right there. Very nice, very nice. No complaints. Let's take a look and see what we got going on here. Hang on, guys. Let me go ahead and get this form loaded up. Let me go ahead and get the form loaded up. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Oh, no, I got to see what happened here. Hang on. I am looking at I killed a 50K account today. Yeah, that happens. I had a pre-market trade run on MNQ, and it looks like I killed one of my 50K instant funded accounts. Lost an account this morning. I can only see that because I went into the email so I can get the Google form ready, and looks like I killed one. So was too wide. Must have been too wide. Not accounting for how far away I was, but that's part of the game. That sucks because I had 3 of them that were ready to go, getting pretty damn close to payout. Let me see the other one. One that I got paid out on, and another that, let me see where I'm at with it. That's part of the game. Part of the game. The other one is at, 17.50 in profit, 17.24 in profit, exactly. All right. That sucks. You win some, you lose some, chat. Win some, you lose some. That's never fun when it happens, but that's the transparency. Killed a 50K account today. All right, let's get the form getting ready to get given away. We got a straight to funded 50K account up for grabs. I'll have to go back and see what happened on that one. We are going to make a copy of this one. It is August 1st. Let's get this ready to roll, chat. All right. Let's see where we're at with likes. Let's see where we are at with likes. We have 37 likes, guys. We are 3 likes away from dropping this form. 40 likes, and we will get this one given out as we're watching this market chop right back around the 70s. Key level that we're finding to the upside. I'll throw this form back up. I'll let you guys know that we have giveaways coming. Let's hang out, see if we can't run those likes up. If you guys are on another platform, like or do whatever you want to do, and we'll get this form to drop. 0 likes on X. Well, thank you, X. We got 39 likes on YouTube. Getting ready to drop this form. Let me go ahead and get this ready. and we'll chat with you guys. We'll get somebody else funded. Z running an account up into profit that she won for free. I love it. Payout eligible. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's read the chat while we're waiting out. I hit the like button. Congrats, Z. When I scale out, it counts as a trade, but normally only 3 trade setups max. Nice, nice. Question, Zach, do you still trade with Top Step? I still have actually max XFAs and I think 1 account on backup. Most of them are not doing too hot, but I've been taking payouts from them. I think every month but 1 now this year, if I want to be really accurate with it. Small payouts, but not really actively trading with them. No, not on Top Step TV anymore. None of that fun stuff. Which copy trader do you use, Zach? I use the native copy trader within Project X. Hit 40 likes. Awesome. You still not take to live? Nope, I haven't been kicked live with anyone. But I do trade my own live personal cash account. That has been fun to get more focused on this year. I do like to leverage prop firms. I like to trade them live with you guys here. I have much larger opportunity to make or lose money in a personal live cash account than I do anywhere else, just objectively. I'm grateful to be able to be in that position to fund a live cash account the way that I have been now and in the past. So that's where I'm at with that. Form is live in the chat. Pinned replace message. Form is live in the chat. Go ahead and get that one filled out. I will give it to you guys on X, even though none of you have even hit the like button. Not a single person. Not a single person. But I'm going to give it to you guys anyway. In the future, we're going to consolidate this stream for a couple reasons. If you guys want to check out Kick, I'll give you the early heads up. You probably want to check out Kick in YouTube. But I will go ahead and post this form everywhere. Hang on one second, chat. Remember, guys, only fill the form out one time. Don't spam the form. If you spam the form, you will not win, and you will be banned from ever doing it again because I'm going to ban you from every platform that I'm on. Also, don't use your mother's and your brother's and your grandma's email because it comes directly from Top 1 Futures. You can only have 1 account with 1 email on Top 1 Futures. And if you say, oh, well, I need to actually do it under this email, they know that you ran the game and you are not able to win. Once you fill the form out, hang out because we're going to run the random number generator and we will pick someone live on stream here. Also, you can pick your favorite number. I'm going to say go between numbers 1 and 45. Excuse me, 2 and 45 today. That's probably going to be pretty safe. We got 40 some odd people watching on YouTube. Oh, it actually dropped off a little bit. Nobody wants to win the giveaway. We got 30 something people watching on YouTube, 30 something on X, back and forth on Kick. Go ahead and get this one filled out. Pick your favorite number. I probably wouldn't go higher than 45, just because we might not get that many people to fill it out. And if you pick your number and you win the account, I will also give you a bonus cash giveaway. If you pick your number and you also are the correct number, it's your number for the actual prize, not just if you get one or the other. But this is for, again, a straight to funded 50K with Top 1 Futures. Straight to funded Sim Pro 50K with Top 1 Futures. No purchase necessary. I will give you guys, we're going to hang out for a little bit. Let's say winners get announced around 11:10. Okay? We'll say about 20 minutes from now. I see numbers getting thrown into the chat. These are some good questions, so I don't mind yapping with you guys. Rural freshness. How much do you need to start trading in a live futures account on any given platform? That depends on the broker, right? So if you're going to get set up with a live account, right? Just a personal cash account, it's often referred to, with a futures broker. They have different minimum deposits and they have different margin requirements, right? So let me give you an example. You don't need much. But let's go to go to Tradeovate, for example. If you go over to Tradeovate, you could take a look at pricing, and you would come down and say that you have $50 day trading margins, as low as $50 day trading margins, and commissions as low as 9 cents per micro contract, right? So here's what they're going to tell you. You can trade micro contracts. You could also trade nano and smalls, but that's like crazy. You could trade micro contracts on Tradeovate with a $50 margin. So for example, to open one ES contract on Tradeovate, it's going to require that $50 day trading margin. It's different if you wanted to hold it overnight. Obviously, if you wanted to open one mini contract, ES, you have to have enough to cover a $500 day trading margin. The overnight, what they call initial, I believe, is going to be pretty heavy if you wanted to hold through session changeovers, for example. Going to be pretty heavy. But for a few $100, for example, if you wanted to start trading a live account, you could. My personal thought process on there, I would not look to, first off, I would never look to trade with any more money than you're willing to lose. I wouldn't look to start trying to grow a live account until you had some considerable money in there in the first place, right? So if you're vastly undercapitalized and or you're a beginner, because I also don't think you need to touch a live account until you have consistency in prop firm accounts, why would you want to put a lot more of your money on the line, which is logically what you would do in a live account if you have no consistency on demo first, and then with a very little amount of money on the line, like the cheapest evals or, funded accounts. That's kind of the progression that I would go. So like what's a good starting point for a live account? A few $1,000 would be pretty solid, I think. Otherwise, you're really undercapitalized, and prop firms are going to offer a whole lot more opportunity to you, right? I think it's important to note, though, where the opportunity is. If you're an experienced trader, right, you've been here for years, you have consistency in, with prop firms, and you are well capitalized, for example, you have, 5 figures plus to allocate to a live account, you should ask yourself why you're not also leveraging your live capital in a live account. It's my thought. I think if you're consistent with prop firms, you're going to get kicked to a live account pretty quickly anyway. That's my goal with Top 1. I hope to be able to trade well enough coming up to be able to get moved to a live account with them, leverage that, benefits of that live account, trading one single live account, no consistency rule, be able to take daily payouts, all that fun stuff. But also experienced enough and well-funded enough, that's at my discretion, to fund live accounts as well. So that's the thought process. But no, you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot to trade. You don't need a lot to trade. You can trade nanos if you want to, and have probably they probably have no like very, very little deposit requirements, extremely low. But I really wouldn't recommend that, right? Because if you compare the opportunity up against prop accounts, if you are somebody that has that's comfortable trading really large size, prop accounts might not be as big of an opportunity. They're not, not as big of an opportunity to you. So it all depends. It depends on experience level. It depends on, how comfortable, what your risk tolerance is, and whether or not you have capital to allocate to live accounts, right? I think, that's where you can weigh the opportunity, right? Weigh your risk. What is the rule for Elite Challenge for Top 1? What are the rules for Top 1 Elite Challenge? Head to the site. You can click the link that I'm going to share right here, which is my partner link that I stand to make money from. You can head to the site, my friend, and read these rules for yourself. I think that's important to do. Boom. And you can get 55% off by using code RDF. Valid question, though. Head to the site, read it yourself. I would read it from the main site, and then I would go to the frequently asked questions page, the same at almost every prop firm, how they run that, and I would read through the frequently asked questions page. Let's come back over to the markets while we are hanging out. Again, guys, giveaway form is in the chat. Go ahead and get that one filled out. We are going to give away a straight to funded 50K account here just in about 10 minutes. We will run that one, but link is pinned on YouTube. It's in the chat on X and on Kick. We'll get someone funded. As we march the market, pull back up towards VWAP. Let me reset this. Pulled back up towards VWAP. Came back down, traded the 70s, and and here we go. Here we go. Like, we wanted to find some buyers here, but not just yet. Taking a look at Bookmap. I really don't have a follow-up trade on this one, guys. Taking a look at Bookmap, we got liquidity above and below. Huge stack of orders up at 6,300. Got 1,080 on the book. It looks like 1,000. Yeah, 1,080 on the book, up at 6,300 right here. Pretty heavy. Down below price, we're not terribly thin. We have orders now all the way down, all the way back down to like the 62.30s, 62.25s I was talking about earlier. So growing CVD. We got a really positive CVD, cumulative volume delta. Gun to my head, call me crazy. I'd be long again, but not before we pull back a little bit further, take out some more liquidity, watch buyers hold it up. But we now have a positive 4,300 cumulative volume delta. So I don't know that we sell off into the Friday close here. This looks like a gnarly correction. We got some people obviously that wanted to get involved with this long after that sell off. I don't know if we just grind lower today. I think we may see a pullback at least up to that 6,300 level. What happens if we come back up here, overnight low, VWAP? Maybe we kind of chop lower after hitting that. But I don't have a trade on this. All right. Took my W, caught the longs. If you hopped on early, CBD, yeah. Not CVD, CVD, cumulative volume delta. If you hopped on late, we caught the longs. This was what the trade looked like. Something around those lines. I think my take profit was 63.75 and 3/4. Was waiting for a little bit of a crack above. Actually fat fingered it here, which if you go back and look at, I will note that. Fat finger is when you don't mean to do something, you click something wrong. I actually fat fingered the close. So I was setting a fixed take profit because we started to wick around really aggressively. And if that happens, I don't mind getting myself taken out, past the level that I'm even considering closing at, right? But I was looking for a manual close up into the 70s. So as we came up here and started to crack the 70s, I was watching it on Bookmap. I didn't realize my position was closed, filled. I hit join ask, and I actually took myself out for another like $50 in profit. It should have been about $1,200 of profit, but ended up with a little bit more on a fat finger, which could have gone really poorly, really quickly if we just continued to crack to the upside. But there's a fat finger in there if you want to go back and watch it. So, yeah, pulling back down on this one. Interesting to see. Good questions, guys. Fun trading session. Wrapping up the week green. Cannot complain at all. Nice green week. Green in the prop accounts, green in the live accounts, payouts processing. Can't complain. But we were starting to talk about prop firms versus live accounts and that type of stuff. I think this is helpful. I would really grain of salt what you see on social media and everywhere promoted by way of expectations and what's available from prop firms, from live accounts. Trading's hard. Trading's really difficult, right? And it's never been more accessible to everybody. There's never been a lower barrier for entry, but the expectation has never been higher. And I think the barrier for entry part is great. There can be a ton of money made, but it's often displayed in a really deceitful and just not great way. There's one thing that holds true. You can grow a small account. You can come from nothing trading prop firms. Absolutely. But it takes money to make money, right? And if you come into the prop firm game as a beginner very undercapitalized, and you're trading one account at a time, very slowly, small account size, there's nothing wrong with that. And I think you can really make, because people are trading, I talk to people from all over different countries, and they're like, dude, a couple $1,000, $2,000 is like life-changing money, right? You can make money, but are you going to turn, a couple $100 into hundreds of thousands of dollars really quickly? In my humble opinion, no, I don't think so. It's not impossible, but it's not common, right? And oftentimes what you see, the guys that are putting up the biggest P&Ls, almost always, the majority, have the largest amount of money behind that. They're either trading larger size live accounts, right? Obviously, or they're trading with a lot of money behind what they're doing with prop firms, right? A lot of failed evals and a lot of, blown, accounts to do that. That game in itself with prop firms is going away. They're tightening up. Sim farming is really going away. And the goal should be, as you're assessing this, whether you are, experienced, not experienced, well-capitalized, not well-capitalized, I think you should really understand that you're going to be able to make money in the sim environment with prop firms on the way to being vetted for a live account. And if you do well, you're going to be kicked to a live account where you're going to have added benefits, but maybe not as much leverage and ability to copy trade 1,000 accounts, right? If that looks great for you, awesome, have at it. I would also consider the opportunity with live accounts, personal live cash accounts with futures or with any other market that you want to trade. If you are experienced, if you're well capitalized, that presents a very big opportunity for you. And I say that as someone who stands to make money from prop firms, right? So I think this progression is different for everybody, and where everybody's starting point is very different. Their risk tolerances, their experience level, like we talked about, how much money they want to have on the line, whether or not they have any capital to allot to live accounts. But it's definitely something that I would consider. And at the core, I wouldn't lose sight of trying to become a good trader, trying to actually do things that would work in one single live account, things that are scalable, okay? Don't get caught up trying to play the sim game. That's my thought process. Trade your sim accounts, right? Copy trade, do all of these things. Leverage the opportunities that are available to you, but maybe also consider what this would look like in a live account. Can you trade the same way that you're trading? Would you want to trade the same way that you're trading? Is this scalable, right? I think all of that can be really important. Also, trading's not going anywhere. The markets aren't going anywhere. The prop firm space continues to change, right? And I think you should ask yourself, I've heard somebody else say this, it was really important. If prop firms went away tomorrow, would you be upset with how you spent your time? Not that the opportunity's gone, but that you developed a bunch of skills that are not translatable to a live account at all. You can't do anything that's beneficial. You can't actually extract any money from the markets and manage risk well. You are just, leveraging the ability to hit the reset button or, playing some game and making it work that way. Think on that. Think on that. I think that stuff's important. I think that stuff is important. And, again, for me personally, I was, if you don't know, like some of my history, you could watch the podcast with Austin Silver, I think is the best one, where I really do a start to finish on kind of my whole spiel. So, but I started with live accounts. I started with crypto accounts and then Forex accounts, and it was larger size live accounts with Forex. Way more money on the line than I should have had at all. I had no business trading that way because I was losing. Then I got on this prop firm, hunt. I gained consistency there. It's really where I gained some consistency. And then I got on this prop firm journey with Forex and CFD prop firms first, and then into futures. And I really hit a lot of goals that I wanted to hit. And now it's kind of come full circle where I am extending those goals, which is to work towards live accounts, right? Getting called up live and, kind of be able to consolidate what I'm doing, maybe with just one firm and one live account. Try to hold on to that and scale. And, if I don't, work my way back through, but also trade my own personal cash account. Really heavily focus on that because that's where the opportunity is for me personally, right? Where I stand with my experience level and my capital. So, don't get caught up in getting sold a dream, I think, from any side of this, and try to become a good trader. Don't lose sight of becoming a great trader. That's my thought process. All right, guys. Now that we ranted for a little bit, 11:05. CBD, yeah, like the guy that lost 300 accounts. Yeah, sim farming, right? That's what sim farming is. If you guys don't know what sim farming is, let me know, and I can lay that out for you. If you don't know what rolling accounts is, sim farming, churning and burning, it's called a bunch of different things. But it's exploiting the sim environment, intentionally leveraging the ability to hit the reset button, to run a negative risk to reward, and to make your way towards payouts, but not doing anything that would translate into a live account. And it's gone on for a long time, but I could tell you the one firm that I'm partnered and affiliated with and work with heavily, Top One Futures, there's zero tolerance for that. Zero tolerance for it. So you can run the game other places, and I'm not going to fault you. I'm not saying it doesn't come without skill. You need to know what you're doing to do that. I think it does kind of jack up the opportunity because rules tighten up, right? The opportunity shrinks for undercapitalized traders that are attempting to work, but do what you got to do, man. Everybody's got to get after it some way. And if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I would not try to run it at Top One though. You're going to get banned. You're going to get kicked. You're going to get your payout denied if you do it on the way to a payout. There's other firms out there that are more of a bucket shop model, or they just don't seem to mind. They don't seem to mind propping up sim farmers as great traders. Go run the game over there. And but again, I don't think you're building any good skill set. I think it's temporary. I think you make a boatload of money doing it, but you're probably going to get kicked and banned also. So it's not something that I would recommend at all or suggest doing. I'm not going to be in favor of that. But do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you want to do. If you do that, you won't be able to go live. They'll deny you. Yeah. No. You get it's a prohibited practice at every firm. Some firms seem to just not care as much, or whatever it is, but it's becoming more and more mainstream. Everybody's aware of what it is and how to do it, and the firms are tightening up there to prevent it. So, all right, guys, we got a lot of numbers in here. We got a account to get given away. Green on the day. Let's go ahead and keep this one going. Don't want to get too sidetracked, but I think that stuff is really important. Really important. Focus on trading. Don't get caught up in the drama of all the BS with prop firms and different stuff. Weigh your opportunities, but keep the focus on becoming a damn good trader. That's what I would try to do, which is the hardest thing to do. But become a great risk manager. Become a good trader. I see multiple numbers in the chat from the same people. Carlos, for example, only pick one number because we're getting ready to run this, guys. Only pick one number. If you pick your number, the number that you are called out for, and you win, you got a bonus cash giveaway where I send you $100. All right. Let's get ready to run this, guys. Remember, if you don't win today, hop on stream. I got more coming up. Stay tuned. I'm going to try to do some more fun stuff coming up. Even more giveaways, more giving back. To hear that somebody, Z, won the account. If you missed it, hop in the Discord. Z won the account, and she just let us know that she worked all the way towards a payout. Met every rule, the consistency rule, minimum trading days, everything, and is getting ready to take a payout. So epic stuff. I like, honestly, I love making money, right? I'm here to make money. I'd be lying to you, and I think most people would if they said they weren't doing, what they do to make money. That's first and foremost, right? I got a family. I'm here to make money. But let me tell you, I enjoy doing these giveaways. You can see it on my face, I think. And my wife is always like, why do you yell at the end about the giveaway? Why do you get all jacked up? I love giving stuff away. I used to love to win stuff, right? When I was coming up, I love giving stuff away. I love giving back. I love being able to help. I love having a community. I genuinely do enjoy doing that. And to hear that somebody made it to a payout that's $2,500 that came from my stream with $0 of their own spend, not even an activation fee, that jacks me up. That makes me super happy. On a Friday, I love it. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So let's run this one, guys. Let's, guys and girls, since the person that won is a girl, let's run this one right here. We have 45 responses. Link is getting ready to get closed. Last chance. If you haven't filled it out, there is a link pinned to the chat. There is a link in X. This is your last warning, guys. It's giveaway time. Where is the actual one? That's the wrong one. Go ahead, get the form filled out. Last ditch effort to get this one filled out. We are creating a new sheet from this one. We are getting the random number generator loaded up. Let's get it rolling. We have between numbers 2. Again, guys, last chance. It's still open. Last chance, last chance. I see somebody. Yes, somebody else did it. Oh, no, 45. We're good. All right, let's close it out. You guys are done. We have between numbers 2 and 46. Between numbers 2 and 46 today. Random number generator is loaded up. Last chance to get your lucky number in the chat. You should do the duck race to pick the winner. It adds more suspense. Yeah, I will do the duck race, JP. Everybody else sent me the duck race. I got to do the duck race. I just haven't figured out a way to do it quickly. So I will do the duck race. Stay away from paradise markets. Yeah, there's a bunch of sketchy stuff. You got to be cautious. You know, weigh your own. I'm biased. I'm affiliated, right? I'm partnered with Top One. Do your own research. Make your own decisions, as always. All right, here we go, chat. Everybody's lucky number is in the chat, okay? Between numbers 2 and, what did I say? 46 are loaded up on the random number generator. Remember, you can only have one number in the chat. If you have more than one number, good. Carlos, you deleted one. If you have more than one number, you don't win. And after I announce it, you can't call out the number. Randy was like, I was laughing so hard. Randy, who's always in here, I called out the number and he started like spamming the number. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? I already picked it. All right, Josh, there we go. Come on, guys, get it in. Last number. Last chance. If you filled the form out, pick a number between 2 and 46. If you win and you call out your number ahead of time, you also win a bonus cash prize of $100 sent from yours truly. This is for a straight to funded Sim Pro account from Top One Futures. Let's go ahead and run it. Random number today is number 38. Number 38. Let's see if we have number 38 in the chat. Let's see. We have, just to check ahead of time before I tell you who it is, we are waiting to hear who lucky number 38 was. We have a 28 in the chat. We have a 31. 29 was pretty close. Nobody picked number 38. I just scrolled all the way back through. Nobody went for number 38. That's okay. Nobody wins that bonus cash prize today. Rich Boy Trades. Yeah, there you go. Oh, well, it's Rich Boy Trades, everybody. He picked number 38. No, Bob, it's done. You can't pick your number. Guys, am I not clear? Am I not? Yo. Oh, my God, guys. Yo, you guys are funny. You guys are really funny. I forgot the 3 before the 8, lol. Yeah. Oh, my God. All right, let's see who number 38 is. You guys are really funny in the chat. You guys are really funny in the chat. All right. Number 38 today, random giveaway is YouTube username BVO. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I think it's Bowen or Bowen. YouTube username is BVO. If you are on the stream, let us know. Congratulations, Bowen or Bowen. I apologize if I'm butchering your name. You guys are from all over the world, and I love it. You are number 38. Congratulations, Bowen or Bowen, but BVO is what you put in for your YouTube username. Congratulations, everybody. Give him or her a congrats for winning a straight to funded account. This one is going to come to you straight from email. If you're in Discord, you can hit me up, but it will come straight to your email from Top One Futures. Missed the giveaway just legit a minute ago. Sorry, Josh. Listen, guys, remember, if you didn't win this one today, heavy giveaways next week. I'll call it out right now. I usually have been doing 2 of these. We will have more than that next week. I'll give you guys on stream. Whoa! Oh, StreamYard is giving me the balloons. I don't even know how I did that. The hand signal for balloons. We have more than 2 of these getting thrown out here next week. Heavy giveaways coming next week. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Remember, if you're not liking and subscribing, go ahead and do it now. And if you find value, you don't have to do anything. You do whatever you want to do. I always try to say that. If you want to hop in the 100% free trading Discord, where I yap about the markets, news, everything that's going on, feel free to hop in there. Not a VIP feeder program where I tell you got to pay me $500 to watch me trade live. I do this crap live here free every damn day. But if you want to stay up on giveaways, fun stuff we got going on, chances to win more accounts, feel free to hop in there. We have almost 2,000 members. More than happy to have everybody in there sharing their journey. more so than just giveaways and me yapping. We get traders from all skill levels trading all different styles of futures and other markets as well, Forex, some crypto, sharing their experience, sharing their journey. I think that that perspective from different traders is awesome. Awesome. Guys, we ended green today. We caught the longs off of, I bought today 5 3/4 points off of the low. Caught the longs, $1,241 times 7 in these straight to funded Sim Pro accounts. We ain't taking we ain't getting paid on these bad boys yet, but we're not dead. Dug ourselves back out. We're back into some nice profit. We're gonna see if we can't run these up next week. Let's see what we can do, chat. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you. Very fun week of live trading with you guys. Remember, hop in the Discord. I got more fun stuff cooking for you guys. Not just giveaways, but plenty more fun stuff. A lot more live streaming. I'm going to try to do something either for pre-market, power hour. I'm going to be on here hanging out with you guys because I have so much fun doing it. I really do. Thanks for being here, guys. This was a nice green day. Remember, there's plenty of red days. You could hop on the YouTube. You can hop on the YouTube. You can hop on YouTube, my YouTube, and see the live trades. I don't have it all figured out. I'm not the best trader in the world. Far from it. Just a regular idiot showing you what real trading looks like for me. Wins, losses, run-ups, nice profits, and I lost an account today. I lost a 50K instant funded. Had 3 of those bad boys that were doing pretty well. I got to go back and see what happens. I saw the breach email while I was on here from an NQ pre-market trade. Obviously did not have as much room as I thought I did on that one, and that's how it goes, right? So I'm happy to show you what real trading looks like for me. Appreciate you guys being on here. Remember, quick disclaimer, thanks for being here, guys. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Get outside, touch some grass, spend time with your family. Do whatever you do. Go to church. Hang out with your dog. Get out in nature. Whatever it is. Go on a run. I'm going to do a lot of those things that I just mentioned. Definitely go on a run. But get outside. Get off the charts for a little bit. This week has been crazy. Be careful coming into next week for sure. Remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Trading is extremely risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm just an idiot here yapping on YouTube for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says, I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap that we talked about, and others. Important for me to be transparent about that so you can make your own decisions, do your own research, and make decisions for yourself that are best for you. Talk to you guys soon. It's Friday. Drinking for me. Thanks for the stream. Good work, man. Green, just like Z. Have a great weekend. Great stream. Appreciate you guys. Y'all are awesome. Zach, ETA, my number. Coming up soon, Wolf. Definitely be there. Trader Kate with some emojis. I appreciate you guys hopping on. Thank you as always. I will see you guys soon. Trade well. Have an awesome weekend.